Viewers, I am back with some more movie reviews. The movies I've watched today are The Witches of Oz and The Veteran. Now I'm going to get started with The Veteran because it wasn't a bad movie. It was pretty good. Um, it stars Toby Kibble as Robert Miller, Eddie Belsky as Elena Wallace, Tony Curran as Chris Turner, Brian Cox as Gary Langdon, Ashley Bush Bashy Thomas as Tyrone Jones, Tom Brook as Danny Turner, and Ivana German as Fida Saul. Now, I'm just going to read the back of the cover and then go to the review. In this gritty, hard-hitting tale, a young soldier suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder following the hell active combat in Afghanistan is thrown back into society. Um, uh, Society anti-hero. Uh, a man no longer capable of fighting and now tapped and clandestine operative to monitor subsequent terrorists in the UK. Miller's war isn't over. It's just one home shore. Soon he becomes obsessed with saving a young woman, Elena, from a group of fanatics. When he uncovers the conspiracy involving governmental security services, his rage spirals out of control, spurring him to take situation into his own hands, embarking on a brutal quest for justice with the bloody and devastating consequences. This movie was a pretty good movie. It basically, a guy come back from Afghanistan. He's thrown back into society, trying to find something to do with his life instead of just kind of sitting on his duff doing nothing. He's gone to every place looking for jobs. He finally gets something that he ends up being like doing security detail and stuff and finding out information on people. And it was a pretty good movie. I guess movie an 8. It was a good movie. It needed a little bit more action, a little bit more action scenes and stuff, and some parts were kind of long. But otherwise, it was a pretty good movie. And like I said, I give this movie an 8. So check out the Veteran. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big fan of The Wizard of Oz. I've read some of the books. I've seen every variation of the Wizard of Oz. I've seen The Return to Oz. I've seen Oz. I've seen the Michael Jackson variation of The Wizard of Oz. Now this is The Witches of Oz, and this is kind of the continuation of the story after Dorothy leaves Oz, and it's like several years later, and Dorothy's older and stuff, and it stars Polly Rajas as Dorothy Gale, Eliza Swanson as Bella Westbrook, Billy Boyd as Nick, Lance Denkins as Henry Gale, Barry J. Ratcliffe as Brian, Sasha Jackson as Elias, Maya Sarah as Princess Langwider, Sean Astin as Frack, and Ethan Embry as Frick, Noel Thurman as Glinda, Christopher Lloyd as the Wizard of Oz, Sarah Living as the Wicked Witch of the East, Marissa Smoke is young Dorothy, and Alice Snow is the Gnome King, and Jordan Turn is Tin Man. Now, they really did a really good job staying to the original story of the Wizard of Oz with this movie, and it's Dorothy much older, telling stories of Oz and stuff, and things start to happen, and her story gets bought out and stuff. It's a really good movie. Um, I'll read off the back cover. Dorothy Gale is a simple girl in a rural Kansas who writes children's books based on the land of Oz, created by her grandfather. Her mundane life is turned upside down when she receives an offer from a big New York agency to represent her book. In New York, Dorothy soon realizes her books and her grandfather's stories are based on reality. The magical world of Oz and all of its inhabitants are very real and they are coming to New York City. Dorothy and her friends are the only ones who can stop the evil wicked witch of the West and her plans for global domination also. So basically, and plus everybody that was part of Oz that has been thrown into the real world don't know who they really are. So the people, the Tin Man, the Lion, and the Scarecrow, all Dorothy friends are don't know who they really are. And like I said, this movie is a really good movie, and I highly recommend checking it out. So check out The Wizard of Oz. The Witches of Oz. And I give this movie a 10. It's very well done. It was a good continuation of the story. So, if you hate me, leave me some comments down below, and I'll see you next movie review.